Here we are again, the Players Lounge at Dauphin County High School for Volume 5 of Inside the Hive, where we'll talk about Week 2. Looking forward to Week 3 with Coach DeRosset and some of the players. So, Coach, you travel down to Vanceburg, a little bit of lightning delay. It's part of the season this time of year, seems to be more prevalent. Had a little bit of a delay, but didn't affect your warm up or anything like that. Guys ready to go?
Yeah, our guys did a good job. We dressed up on the hill, but the AD worked with us and he was telling us. We brought our kids out. We kept hydrating them, and they go back in and get down. I thought we maintained our focus in the pregame, and then we bust down the field. I think we got started about 8:45 or 9.
Yeah, so it was a good week. Another tough loss. You could be 2-0 right now, and you're 0-2. But that's just football. That's what it is. It's football.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I don't think our staff or our kids were down after the game. We sure don't want to lose. But again, I say this a lot, but we checked the toughness box, the physicality. We had kids that played hard with great effort and had a lot of enthusiasm. We had guys, at halftime, we were making some adjustments, but at the same time we were rehydrating our kids, because even though the temp had dropped, that rain and stuff had a lot of humidity. So I think our kids really fought hard the whole game. And again, when it come down, we had the ball on the last drive there with a chance to win it.
Yeah, had a chance to punch one in there in the fourth quarter, I think, or late in the third, and then handling that ball, driving it down the field. Made a couple of adjustments in the running game. I had a new guy in running. I saw that, and it seemed to work well with you, work well for you. But I thought the defense, they played outstanding. Lewis County was going backwards most of the time in the second half.
Yeah, we gave up, I think, if you look at the statistics, 140 yards of total offense. We'd probably take that any night. We had a great game from our guys up front as well as our guys in the back. But I want to talk about our defensive line. I thought they did a good job. Our coaches did a good job rotating those guys, and then our linebackers played lights out. Other than our Sam and our Hornet in the first half, once they got settled into the seam curl flat and cover 3, they were all right. But inside, I thought, Curtis and Braden really dominated the game. And again, we didn't play a whole lot of different things. We turned Braden loose a few times, but those two guys had a big game, and we have to have those guys to have a big game. We told them going in we had to stay on the field with them all week, and they did. It was a tough prep week with the heat. We were in the gym, in the field house, out of the field house. So it looks like this week we'll get a full week of prep. But our defense played hard. We come up with a couple turnovers again. Garrett got a pick. We got a fumble recovery. So we're where we want to be on defense as well as offense. The offense is moving the ball up and down the field. They just got to punch it in and seize their opportunities.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be a little difficult, learning how to, you'd like to, I was thinking about it on the way up here, I was like, use first and goal on the 9, you're wishing you can get in a big heavy set and just pound people, smack them in the mouth and drive it in, but that's not really a part of the game as much anymore as it used to be. Teams kind of prepare for that, and you got to kind of hit the edges a little bit, and sometimes it's a little more difficult to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes first down, you want to really get that gain, and the second down, and then things start getting tight in third and fourth down. But Coach Perkins has a good plan there, and we got a little bit heavier. We had a 2-back set with Curtis and Ian. I thought both those guys blocked and ran the ball really well. And then, but we probably will get to a little heavier set this week. We're going to put in a little different. I guess it's called the Mad Hornet. I'll let it out. Maybe Coach Leslie can. But we're going to get even heavier because we got a lot of H's and fullback type guys that we can put on the field in certain sets. But we got to punch those red zone opportunities in.
Well, I was really, again, I had the opportunity to watch the second half on TV, and I was just really impressed with the linebacker play and the announcers on the game. There was a big hit late in the game, the runners getting ready to break through, and I don't remember, it might have been Braden that come up and just stuck the guy, and he said, that's the hit of the game right there. Just an outstanding play that you saw a linebacker come up and stuff the hole.
Yeah, and I love that. I talk to our kids about that all the time, physicality and toughness, and I thought we showed that, and I still think we got a ways to go with it. But, one of the big plays, Coach Mark, was the fourth down in the fourth quarter. And they got to sneak on us a couple times, and we substitute Caleb in there, and the linebacker squeezed the line of scrimmage, and we pinched the front. and we got a big stop on fourth down. So that's always good to see your kids be able to get a stop on fourth down and give your offense a chance to win and be mentally sound there, not to jump off sides. You know, it's still early in the season. We got a lot of games to go, but it's good to see those guys have that mental discipline on the defensive side.
That's something that's always that you appreciate, that mental discipline, and that's something that's hard to teach sometimes because guys are anxious and they're wanting to move, and the game's coming down, and so it was good discipline there for the players, and so that's a good thing for your team. So you got first home game coming up on Friday. You got the Leslie County Eagles coming in, I believe. Mm-hmm. They lost their first week, and I didn't catch their score from this week.
Yeah, they beat Floyd Central, I think 45-28. I watched that game on TV, and of course we got it on a film trade from Coach Melton, and we're going to watch it here in a few minutes with the guys. But they're a good football team. They got a really dynamic quarterback and some split ends that can really get down the field and catch it. And then they got a nice tailback, and something you'll appreciate is they run the fullback trap. In their first game, I got to watch them against Prestonsburg, and we got to be ready to defend the fullback trap. But they run fullback trap, and the guy went 70. And really, you know, you don't see that play a lot. I was talking to our defense coordinator at UPike. He's at Fayetteville State now, and I went down to watch him play. Coach Perkins, I did last year. And he asked me while we were having dinner after the game, he says, why doesn't anybody run fullback trap? Because a lot of these people in his league did, and it's an old school play, but it's tough to defend. It hits quick. They got a really good tailback. They're going to run the toss sweep, ISO, and power. But they got a really good passing game. I think the Collect kid's coming back. He's probably thrown for 30 touchdowns last year. But the good thing is we'll get on the field this week and get 3 days of good practice, and they get a run through on Friday and be at home.
So that's always exciting. Going to have a good crowd for the first home game, and of course the players get a little more excited playing at home and get to defend the mountain from the opponents. So it's always exciting, and gearing up also for district play. That'll be on you before you know it. So anything you are looking forward to as you come up to Hornet Mountain on Friday night?
Well, I'd just like to invite everybody out. Our kids have worked really hard. The community's been super supportive, as they are all activities here at Montgomery County High School. But you know, we're putting an exciting product on the field, and these kids want to come and see you get behind them. We had a great following down there at Lewis County. I think Coach West had to calm them down a few times. I think one of them was my wife. They were getting on those referees pretty good, but we had a good following, and our Boosters Club does a great job. Our kids go first class. They eat. They got great uniforms, and we're playing, and we're going to get there. It's all a process. But just come out Friday night and have a good time. They got a great concession stand. Last week, I think at the grade school game, they had taco salad, and it was delicious. I had 2, as a matter of fact.
Well, hey, that's what it takes to support from the community. So, anything closing thoughts, Coach?
Just blessed guy to be here and work with kids like I do. I mean, a lot of people on the outside of the programs, and it's all over the state of Kentucky and the United States. You don't see. We got 10 or 15 kids in the weight room. We got 10 or 15 kids that's already lifted. We got guys in meetings. So it's refreshing to see young people out participating in activities and doing the right thing. And these are good kids, come from good homes, and we're going to get this thing done.
And, you know, sports make a huge impact in young people's lives, and they don't realize the impact that it's making right now. But later on in life, they'll come back and they'll look back on this time here on Hornet Mountain, and they'll be thankful for the time they got to scrap them up and go out and compete for their community.
Yeah, those large shorts they wore and the large T-shirt will turn into double X's, and Braden's 10 tackles at Lewis County will be 20, and they'll be telling stories. But that's what we want here. We want our guys to come back and be proud of the football program they're playing in, and just be great alumnus. And I know they'll be great dads and husbands and fathers and all those things, because I can see it in them as I coach them here each and every day.
Well, it's a great opportunity to have the impact in these young men's lives that you get to have.
Well, I enjoy it. My dad always said you don't have a job, you have a hobby. And really like teaching and being around young people and getting to coach, and you do make a little bit of money, but it's just like a hobby to me. It's what I like to do. Some people play golf, some people do this and that. I like to coach football and teach and be around young people.
Well, Coach, Good luck coming up against the Leslie County Eagles, and hopefully you get that big victory.
And you'll be on the PA, I suspect, and you'll be spinning the tunes for a great entry, all right?
All right,
Love you,
Coach.
Coach Mark.
Yep. All right, who's going to come up first?
You want to get on the bracket? You want to get on?
All right, so what's your name and what's your position and what's your grade and all that?
I'm Dyson Burchett. I play quarterback. I'm a sophomore.
Quarterback and a sophomore, so getting a lot of experience up there as a sophomore, calling the signals for the Hornets. What's your favorite thing about being a quarterback?
I get to touch the ball every play.
Get to touch the ball every play. That's why I like being a center. Got to touch the ball every play. Got right in the center of the action, and so literally, got to be in the center of the action. So, what's something that you've learned from just your limited time being a starter? That's a tough question.
I need to be more patient with the ball.
Yeah, get a lot excited. You get back there and you want to get that ball down the field. You can see that guy, he's coming over and you want to get it there. Sometimes a half a second might make a whole lot of difference. So now I'll go to the easy questions. I've been asking what's your favorite band, but I've been hearing that they're not bands, they're artists. So I'm showing my age by asking for bands. So what's your favorite music artist?
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown? Okay. What's the difference between a band and an artist? I don't know. I guess an artist would be a singular and a band would be a group, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you like about Zach Brown?
I just like the way he sings. I think his voice is unique compared to everybody else.
All right. If you could eat anywhere in the world, no cost, you don't have to worry about it, where would you go? Where would you eat?
I don't know. I'd probably go to Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse?
Give me a free ribeye.
Get you a free ribeye. You wouldn't go to Ryan's, the Ruth Chris Steakhouse or any of them big fancy steakhouse. You'd stay with Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
Last week they was hitting me awful hard, but anyway. Okay. Well, Dason, with that, I'm going to let you scoot on out of here, and I'll get a couple more guys in here. Thanks for coming on Inside the Hive.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Next up. All right, name and position.
Braden Stanford. I play linebacker and tight end.
Linebacker and tight end. Okay. 10 tackles the other night. Is that right?
Well, I think it was a little more than 10.
It was a little more than 10?
I like to think so, but maybe.
Maybe just 10.
Maybe
okay.
10, maybe more.
So what do you like about you played down lineman the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and now you've moved up, stand up. What do you like about playing linebacker versus having your hand on the
I
ground?
like being able to read the plays, get a lot more time back there, and instead of being up on the line.
Who was it that had that big hit in that ball late in the ball game the other night?
I like to think it was me.
You like to think that was you?
I think that's the one we're talking about here.
Yeah. Well, the announcers was talking about the big hit of the game, and they said that's what it was. So anyway, you and Curtis, nice little inside linebacker crew there, and making a lot of plays. Here's what I like to see: you guys making plays in the backfield.
Yeah.
You're not setting and letting the play develop.
Sure.
Once you see it, you go to attack it, and so that's the sign of a good linebacker. Meeting that running back in C gap or out in the flat. That's a great.
Right.
So again, favorite artist.
Favorite artist? It's a tough one. I like the genre. I mean, does it really matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
I have a lot of artists. Probably, I like Zach Brown a lot, like Dason said.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Zach Brown. Right now.
Okay, Zach Bryan. All right, I'm gonna have to look up one of his songs.
He had a new album that came out.
Did he?
Recently.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah.
And if you could eat anywhere in the world, where would that be?
I haven't really thought about that. I mean, the thing, probably one of those real fancy restaurants in like Italy or something.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Okay, well that's good. And one of the questions I was asking the seniors earlier that I was going to ask you that, like, you're a Steelers fan, right?
No
Steelers fan.
You got me wrong there, man.
I knew the answer to that question. You're a big Bengals guy. I know. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from family, you know.
I know. There's not very many of us Steelers fans around, but that's okay. All right. With that, we'll let you out of here, and we'll get the next guy in.
Yeah.
Name and grade and position.
Well, my name's Braxton Howard. I'm a junior, and I play left tackle.
Left tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, so offensive tackle and
I played DN too, so.
DN too. So which is your favorite? Let's do it this way a little bit. What's your favorite?
Well, I like DN. I like defense better than I do offense.
And
but
that's the standard answer. Everybody looks defense.
Yeah.
But why do you think that is? Why do people like defense better than offense?
Well,
Especially down in the trenches.
I like to hit people.
Yeah.
And I can actually, hit them as hard as I want when I go to tackle them and stuff.
Yep.
So,
Second year playing football at the high school level.
yeah.
Are you junior this year?
Yeah.
Junior this year.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's success and you enjoying the game. I mean, you didn't play as a freshman and you started out as a sophomore. Are you enjoying the game?
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
Big baseball player too, right?
Yeah, I play baseball too.
That's what I thought. All right. So I'll ask you the same question. Favorite artist?
Well, the new artist Oliver Anthony that just got
Okay,
famous.
Richmond, north of
Yeah.
Richmond, north of Richmond. So
Yeah.
that's your song. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's kind of blowing up right now. I
yeah,
guess.
he's got a few good ones.
And three, I'll show you, this is the first time in a long time that top 3 hits on the top 100 are from all country artists. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you could eat anywhere in the world,
I'll probably just keep it simple and just go with like what Dason said, Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
What are you going to get there?
Probably a big steak.
Big steak?
Yeah.
What, I mean, do you prefer? Is it
Uh,
ribeye, sirloin, T-bone?
T-bone.
A big T-bone?
Yeah.
How are you going to cook that?
Medium rare.
Medium rare, okay. As long as it doesn't move, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just like it cooked a little bit on each side and I can eat it.
Right. All righty. Well, Bracky, thanks for coming in and look forward to this big victory this Friday night.
Me too.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the volume number 5 of Inside the Hive. Until next time, this is Mark Campbell signing off.